Farming today is no longer just about tradition or experience passed down through generations. For thousands of years, farmers relied on what their parents taught them, on the knowledge carried from one season to the next, on reading the sky and feeling the soil the way their grandparents did. And for a long time, that was enough. But the world has changed. Climates are shifting. Weather patterns that farmers depended on for generations are becoming unpredictable. New pests and diseases are appearing in regions that never had to deal with them before. Soil that was once fertile is losing its productivity, and the pressure to produce more food for a growing population is increasing every single year. In this new environment, experience alone is no longer sufficient. Farmers need something more. They need reliable, timely, and practical information that is specific to the challenges they're facing right now. And they need someone who can bring that information directly to them. That is exactly where agricultural extension agents come in. Agricultural extension agents are trained professionals whose core purpose is to bridge the gap between agricultural research and real-world farming. On one side of that gap sit scientists, researchers, universities, and government agricultural institutions. They're constantly developing new knowledge, testing new crop varieties, discovering better soil management techniques, and finding more effective ways to deal with pests and climate challenges. On the other side of that gap is the farmer in the field, who needs that knowledge but often has no way of accessing it. Extension agents are the bridge. They take what research produces and translate it into practical, usable guidance that a farmer can apply on their land in their specific conditions with the resources they actually have available. They do not just deliver information, they explain it. They demonstrate it. They stay long enough to make sure it is understood and can be applied. The guidance extension agents covers the full range of challenges that modern farming involves. On soil management, they help farmers understand what their soil needs, how to test it, how to restore its fertility through composting and cover cropping, and how to prevent the erosion and degradation that is quietly reducing productivity on farms across the world. On crop selection, they advise farmers on which varieties are best suited to their specific conditions, which seeds offer better drought tolerance or disease resistance, and how to rotate crops in ways that maintain soil health and reduce vulnerability to pests. On pest and disease control, they help farmers identify problems early, understand what's causing them, and choose the most effective and least harmful methods of treatment. Getting the right information at the right time can mean the difference between a manageable pest problem and a complete crop failure. On climate adaptation, they bring farmers the strategies and tools they need to keep producing reliably as growing conditions change. From adjusting planting calendars to adopting water conservation techniques, extension agents help farmers stay ahead of the challenges that a changing climate is creating. But extension services are about far more than advice. They're about practical, hands-on support that meets farmers where they are. Extension agents do not simply hand farmers a pamphlet and walk away. They visit farms directly. They observe conditions on the ground. They set up demonstration plots where new techniques and new varieties can be seen working in real conditions. Seeing a new method work in a neighboring field is far more convincing than reading about it in a manual. And extension agents understand this. They build trust through presence, through consistency, and through delivering advice that actually works. They also organize farmer training sessions and field schools where groups of farmers come together to learn and exchange knowledge. These group settings are particularly valuable because farmers learn not only from the agent, but from each other. A farmer who has successfully managed a specific pest shares what worked. A farmer who has tried a new planting technique describes the results. This peer learning is powerful because it comes from real experience in familiar conditions, and it builds a community of shared knowledge that strengthens everyone involved. In many communities, the role of extension agents extends well beyond technical farming advice. They serve as connectors, linking farmers to the broader ecosystem of support that exists around agriculture, but that many farmers are unable to access on their own. They connect farmers to markets, helping them understand where to sell, when prices are most favorable, and how to present and package their produce to meet buyer requirements. They connect farmers to financial services, helping them understand what agricultural loans and savings products are available and how to access them. They connect farmers to government programs, subsidies, and input support that can reduce the cost of farming and improve profitability. And they connect farming communities to each other, building networks of cooperation and knowledge sharing that make the entire agricultural system more resilient. For many smallholder farmers, particularly those in remote areas with limited access to the internet, to markets, or to formal financial services, the extension agent is quite literally their primary connection to the wider world of agricultural knowledge and support. The impact of that connection on farm productivity, on household income, and on food security at the community level can be transformative. As agriculture continues to evolve, the role of extension services is not becoming less important. It is becoming more important. The challenges facing farmers are growing more complex. The knowledge required to address those challenges is growing more sophisticated. And the consequences of farmers not having access to that knowledge are growing more serious. The farmers who are thriving in a changing agricultural environment are overwhelmingly the ones who have access to good information and good support. They are the ones who know which crop varieties will perform best this season. They are the ones who caught the pest problem early because they knew what to look for. They are the ones who adopted the water conservation technique before the drought hit. They are the ones who found a better market because someone helped them make the connection. Knowledge is the difference. And extension services are how that knowledge reaches the people who need it most. Stronger knowledge leads to better decisions. Better decisions lead to better harvests. Better harvests build stronger communities. And stronger communities build a more secure and sustainable future for everyone. That is the power of agricultural extension. And it is a power that every farmer deserves access to.